Hello, Commander. This is Admiral, and welcome to the official Starborne podcast. Today, we're going to take a dive into the new policy features, and I'm going to provide some opinion, some thoughts, and kind of some of the mechanics around it. So let's dive in. So, you first get to choose a faction in the Policies tab at level 5. When you do, you only start with wildcards. You can see actually I just applied one by clicking Add Card and selecting one of these. These first ones only give, let's see, they give you resources, bonus to resource production, but a nerf to the other two resources equivalently. You can research these cards, which we'll dive into here shortly. But let's first go to the factions. As you can see, there are 6 factions, 3 of which are locked, but you can essentially pay to unlock the factions. But once you select a faction, you can't change it for another 3 days. And once you do, you may need to spend a special store-bought card. I think you also get one for free at level 30. And this could all change, obviously, but the clean slate enables a faction change. So that's kind of for changing factions. But you're going to start off selecting a faction, deciding which one. We're going to go through each of these. Frontier Legion seems pretty well balanced, a little bit more on the offensive side. Your patrol ships, which are now basically your light ship hammer. It's no longer just the corvettes. With the changes to how ships work, every ship can be used for offense and defense, barring special ones like maybe industrials, for example. But patrol ships are essentially your new hammer ship. Corvettes are specifically towards plundering, raiding, and looting. And scouts are kind of the best, jack of all but master of none. And they're really good for sabotage still. So think about which direction you want to go. With the factions, you've got policy slots per faction. You can see they change based on the faction. Each also gives you a unique ship bonus as well as an empire-wide bonus. So you can see this one, all of your units are just a bit stronger. And they also start at a higher level, which is really effective now. Fleet levels no longer just increase the size of your fleet, it actually makes them more effective. So that can be a good one for people who want an early punch. Second one, Atlas Syndicate. I really like this one. 20% station harvest bonus to all of your stations. It also increases the claim strength, meaning you will more likely win claim wars against enemies. This is definitely a strong one. I'm actually torn between this one and the next one, Terran Combine. This actually gives you the ability to augment outposts and make them more effective, as well as the building resource cost reduction, which is incredibly strong on day 1 and going forward. The bonus to industrial cargo space is nice, definitely. And the policy slots are really good for a day 1 and maybe the first week even. Start. So think about what you're going to choose. If you're going to spend money, we got the Zeok. This is going to be really strong after ESA wears off, or I should say newbie. For the first week, there's newbie protection. So once that wears off and you can start attacking other players, as well as NPCs, the plunders can be really helpful, as well as the additional cargo space. Definitely watch out for players who are going with this faction. They mean business, and they're gonna if you're on the wrong side of that attack, it can be really painful. You can also see it's really heavy on the attack side. Tian Xiao, it's definitely heavier on the sabotage spy side of things, as well as winning claim wars. I'm not quite sure what the bonuses are here. They may change. But if I had to guess, I would say you get the ability to do enhanced spy reports, which can be really helpful, as well as your ships, your heavy ships here, are going to be super stealth. So, you could literally be attacked or raided and not even know it's coming. That's going to make things very interesting for the stealth bomber type people even. Next is the Mars Prosper League. You can see definitely heavy on the industrial side. This gives a 5% resource to all stations, the generation bonus, not just to the station harvest, but also to mining colonies, mining facilities, and whatnot. So this is as well as the passive resource production from the basic buildings. So this is going to be really nice. Don't underestimate this. The cargo space for freighters is going to mean like you're going to be the guy really helping out with initiatives to win the game. Building up the Alliance Station, building up the Dyson Sphere, even transferring resources from one station to another. This is going to make life very, very nice. And the Goliath, the speed bonus, that's going to really help with deploying defensively to, or even offensively to other stations. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Definitely worth considering buying one of these locked factions if you want to play a very specific play style. You'll see that the locked factions have more of a specific slot, which allows you to play more towards a very specific role. So once you've selected your faction, joined it like I did with Terran Combine here, we'll go ahead and click on change policy. As you level up, you'll see that you unlock more and more policies. Okay, and then you can basically swap them out here. When you do swap them out, it'll take time, and then it may cost a command card. So make sure you have a reserve of those to swap out policies. It's really cheap, and it's really nice. I do believe you do get some command cards over time, even as a free-to-play player. And this may be one of those areas where you want to like swap roles or change things up a bit. Taking a deeper look at upgrade policies, you can see I selected a policy and then I started research on it, and you can see here it actually increases the bonus to the card once it's complete. Now these are account based, so no matter what server you play on, your researched cards policies are going to be in effect. So you're definitely going to want to play more and more over time. Keep this queue full. Not only does it increase benefits, but it can also reduce the cost, the sacrifice. For like noble gases, you get 240 gas in all your stations, and this might drop to 105 metal and crystal lost. So you actually gain resources net. So yeah, take a look at every single one of these. Decide maybe in the long run which policies you're going to want to upgrade first. Every level that you increase on a card takes more time. So consider that. You might want to focus on one card and just max it out. That's going to take a long time. Or you're going to focus on several cards and max them out evenly. That could be the most efficient way to go. So let's go ahead and show you each of the cards. Now again, these could change by alpha release and over time, but take a look at them. Make a good decision. They're all great cards. We'll go ahead and switch to domain. You can pause these videos at any point to read the bonuses, the benefits. You can tell there's definitely a theme behind each of these policy cards. Sticking with military, domain, industrial. Yeah, I mean, like some of these are amazing. I really like the idea of increased plasma cargo for running solar flares if I'm active in my resource generation. Some of these things can be really great. +2 freighters and freighter cargo. I actually think that's going to be a really strong one. Going to recommend it to a lot of people. Wild card. So every faction has one wild card slot, and you can see they're actually incredibly powerful. This is really going to define your play style here. Let's see, I think that's about it. You may be able to actually get bonuses to your upgrade speed on these cards as part of a premium bonus package, but that's I would call it icing on the cake. Definitely not something to convince you to pay, but if you do, it's exactly what it is, icing on the cake. It's nice, but it's not gonna break the game. I mean, these are meant to be upgraded over a very long period of time over your career in Starborne, not just one alpha. So consider that kind of stuff. So got a chance to see all the policies currently in alpha. You got to see the factions and the bonuses. I'd call it a good day. If you have any questions, reach out to us on Discord. And as always, like, subscribe, and share these videos. See you out there in space, guys.